Leicester are currently managerless following the dismissal of Claude Puel, who was given his marching orders on Sunday after the Foxes' 4-1 loss to Crystal Palace. It's understood the Midlands club have placed Rodgers high on their list of candidates to replace Puel, who suffered 4 defeats in his last 5 games in charge of Leicester. And the 2015-16 Premier League champions are on course to land their man. It's understood Rodgers is on the brink of leaving Celtic after nearly 3 years in charge of the club. Leicester believe a deal for the Hoops chief can be completed in the coming hours and are hopeful of having him in charge for Sunday's trip to Watford. In order to get their hands on the Northern Irishman, the club are willing to pay Celtic £6 million in compensation. Celtic have given Rodgers permission to speak to Leicester about a possible return to the Premier League, which seemingly indicates they're ready to part ways with their manager. Celtic Football Club today confirmed that it has been approached by Leicester City FC to speak to Brendan Rodgers with regards to their current managerial vacancy, a club statement read. Brendan has indicated to the club that this is an opportunity he wishes to investigate further, and therefore, very reluctantly, the club has granted him permission to speak to Leicester City. The former Swansea City boss is currently in the Midlands and is set to begin negotiations over a deal with the Foxes brass. Should Rodgers, who managed Liverpool from June 2012 until October 2015, leave the East End of Glasgow, former Celtic chief Neil Lennon could replace him at the Parkhead helm. Lennon managed the Scottish champions from June 2010 until May 2014, winning 11 trophies with the club. One man who doesn't foresee Rodgers abandoning Celtic for Leicester is former Hoops hitman John Harrison, who reckons the 46-year-old is more than happy at the club. "I can see why they would want him and why he is still very attractive to clubs in England," the Welshman said, "but I am stubborn and I am going to hold true to what I genuinely believe here. I don't think Brendan Rodgers is going anywhere. I'll stress that is an opinion and nothing more. I have not asked him. I have not spoken to him or anyone close to him. But what I will say is that in any dealings I have had with Brendan in recent years, he has always stressed just how happy he is in his work at Glasgow. He loves the club. He is settled in a nice area just outside the city, and he has always spoken of just how much he has enjoyed his life in Glasgow. I see the attraction of Leicester. They are very wealthy. They play in one of the top leagues in the world, and there would be money to spend. But I would still argue that in terms of clubs, Leicester are nowhere near Celtic. And I say that with the greatest respect. And I know I have said it before, but for me it is vital for Brendan to leave a legacy at Celtic." Former Rangers ace Neil McCann shares the same view as Hartson, recently saying, "I honestly don't think he will go. I'll be amazed if he goes this season. I think he'll believe that he has business to take care of. He wants to get another trophy in the bag and the treble. I just don't see him going just now. I don't think there is a need for him to jump. There are other clubs as well that may come up in the summer." Brendan Rodgers is a very attractive option to Premier League boards and clubs because of what he did in Liverpool. What he is doing in Europe about not changing shape and playing expansive football, he is showcasing his skills in how good he can be in playing a type of football. The job he's done with Celtic, he's done it with style. and he always conducts himself well in the media. If Leicester doesn't happen for him, then there might be other clubs come up in the summer and he might decide that's the one for him. Rodgers has won a total of 7 trophies with Celtic during his time with the Glasgow club. The last of those triumphs came in December, when his side beat Aberdeen 1-0 in the League Cup final. Rangers boss Steven Gerrard, who played under Rodgers at Liverpool, isn't thinking himself with his rival's seemingly imminent move to the King Power Stadium, saying, "I've been made aware that Rodgers is in talks with Leicester for us. We just see how that pans out really." It seems the lure of Premier League has been a big factor, otherwise he'd have declined the opportunity to talk to Leicester. "My focus right now is Rangers and we've got a big fixture tomorrow against Dundee. That's my main concern right now, but we'll keep an eye on how it pans out across the road." "I'm not really surprised by the timing, because these things happen. Brendan has done ever so well at Celtic over the years, so it's no surprise that other clubs are watching him and wanting to acquire his services. He's done a really good job and I've worked with Brendan, so I know he's a very good coach." Former Hoops striker Chris Sutton isn't happy with the manner of Rodgers' seemingly impending departure, telling BT Sport, "Quite frankly it stinks," he told BT Sport. "The timing of it stinks, and he's going to a club who are playing for absolutely nothing. They are not going to get relegated, not going to get into Europe. I am really disappointed, and I think there's a lot of Celtic fans out there as well who will feel let down." This was the job which Brendan said was his dream job. Why is he going now to a club who have nothing to play for? It looks like Neil Lennon will get the opportunity and I wish him well. In terms of how Brendan has left the club, I think he has left the club in a tough situation. Short-term loans, losing the centre-back pairing, and the right-back in the summer, there is a big overhaul which needs doing. But at the moment it is about the here and now. Domestically, Brendan, clean sweep, been absolutely fantastic. Europe has been too tough for Brendan as it has been for a lot of Celtic managers. It has been very negative of late. There has been a breakdown in the relationship with Peter Lawwell. Brendan threw him under the bus earlier in this season, and from that moment you are thinking this isn't going to last. Bottom line, the timing of this absolutely stinks. Brendan Rodgers is a top coach and I certainly wish him well, but come on Brendan, the timing, it's poor. Rodgers' departure has even annoyed lifelong Celtic fan Rod Stewart, who told TalkSport, "It's ruined my holiday. I actually got a bit choked up, I must admit." Obviously he was going to go sooner or later, but I would have thought he would have seen out the next 2.5 months and get the treble if possible. I think there might be a lot of ill feeling at Celtic now with the fans with him leaving us in the lurch.